Drummers, stop wasting time by practicing your fundamentals separately and then dying of boredom after like 3 minutes. A few years ago, I was getting frustrated because all of the typical exercises for practicing limb independence, phrasing, timing, technique, creativity were also separate and disconnected. Eventually, I discovered there were exercises to practice my fundamentals all at once in order to accelerate my progress, stop wasting time, and get things to connect in a way that I didn't think of before. And the best part is, these don't feel like homework assignments from music school, and we're not just going to be practicing lines out of stick control. I call these stratified exercises. And today, I'm going to show you one that's going to improve your drumming independence, your coordination, your creativity, and your time. So let's check it out. Stratified means layered or ordered in a hierarchy. There's depth to the way that it's organized, and it has more than just a singular purpose. That's why I call these stratified exercises, because you're working on multiple fundamentals of drumming at the same time to get better faster. So first, let me explain how it's going to help each of these different aspects. To improve coordination, each of your limbs will be doing something related but different, and we're going to be using our voice as an extra limb. It's going to improve our time and our feel by focusing on each 16th note placement, not just the ones and the ands, but the e's and the uhs, so that we can deepen our pocket and have control over any 16th note placement in the measure. It's going to improve our phrasing by utilizing less traditional beat placement. The snare's not just going to be on 2 and 4 and the kick on 1 and 3. And we're going to also have some over the bar line phrases and 3 measure phrases instead of just 1 or 2 measure phrases like you typically practice. This is going to help your ear expand a little bit and also help you play more melodically and think in longer phrases. Lastly, it's going to improve your creativity by using 2 methods, orchestration and combination, so you can take these basic exercises and expand on them to create hundreds of different variations based on what you want to pursue. Let's start with the main groove. Here's the core kick and snare drum pattern for this exercise. In addition, we'll be counting quarter notes out loud the whole time. This will help us generate the pulse instead of just react to it like a lot of people do when they first start practicing with a metronome. If you play live shows without a metronome like me, this is crucial. But of course, if you play with a metronome, if you're in the studio a lot, or if you play with tracks when you're playing live, it's gonna make your pulse even stronger. And if we can execute something with 5 limbs and only play with 4 in a live setting, we'll have much more mental freedom to be aware of different aspects of the music and direct our focus as we need without losing the groove or detracting from what we're actually playing. So once you have the basic pattern down, we're gonna add 8th notes with our left foot on the hi-hat. Now we're gonna add in the right hand. Here's where things start to pick up a little bit. For the first variation of this exercise, our right hand is gonna be playing the 1 and up pattern. It sounds like this. Once you have that down, variation 2 dives into the E's and the Uhs of the 16th note grid. By the way, I transcribed all of these exercises for you, so if you want to check those out, you can sign up to my newsletter at the link in the description below. Totally free. A bunch of other free resources too that I send out on a week-to-week basis, so go sign up for that below. I personally love sprinkling this in, especially when you have the left foot taking care of 8th notes on the hi-hat. You can create some really hip patterns and orchestrate the E's and Uhs onto different surfaces to get some new and interesting sounds and feels. Quick tip, your left foot and your right hand are going to be alternating singles, starting with the left foot. So if you need to break this down and dissect it a little bit, play left foot, right hand over and over while just playing a basic kick and snare pattern to sort of build this up. If you take this variation and orchestrate the right hand onto different percussion instruments, like a cowbell or a wood block or a tambourine or something like that, you can almost make it feel like you're playing with a percussionist. Variation 3 is dotted eighth notes. This one can be a pain in the ass. Mostly because the pattern goes over the bar line and it takes 3 measures to resolve if we're playing in 4/4. But this is where the real magic happens when we want to expand our ear and develop our phrasing. So now that you have 3 interesting right hand patterns, how can we practice our creativity? Well, first, check in with yourself. What's your natural instinct? What do you want to slightly adjust just based on your own personal preference? What do you naturally want to try next? For me, it's typically orchestration. How can I play the same thing but just move it to a different surface in order to create these new melodies within the beat? Creativity is all about taking what you already know and then knowing yourself well enough to follow your intuition to take it a step further and make it your own. So there you go. Now you have a brand new exercise that is going to help improve your coordination, your independence, your time, and your creativity. But maybe you're interested in more than that and you want an exercise that improves your hand speed. Good news, I have a video for that here. Check that out as well. That helped me improve my hand speed by 30 beats per minute in just 2 days. I think it'll help you too. If you dug this video, I'm sure you'll dig that one too. I'll talk to you next week. Peace.